Hi, I am here with Meredith of Victims. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
Good. So first of all, you just played a headlining show on this past Friday, with
We did.
Traders, Crimson Armada, some others. What was your favorite part about that show? How did that go?
It went really well. I mean, the best part about it was everyone that was saying like it was like their favorite show, and like a lot of people got tattoos, and just the excitement and like the happiness and the joy it brought like the community and the scene. I
Yeah.
think that for me is always the most important part, especially because like I've been in the scene a while and being able to like host events and like despite even if we weren't playing
Mhm.
and having like a lasting impact on someone is in my opinion like the most important thing here
Yeah.
and why we're here, so I would say that was like my favorite part. And then kind of being able to see Jerome play, um that was a band that was really big here back in the day and would be like
Mhm.
DIY in the scene and like would play Eat the Gun, and like so many old heads came out and like knew the words and like were stage diving and stuff. So that was nice to see. It was like a blend of like the old community and the new community together. And so it was like, I don't know, it was nice.
Yeah. And then it's Women's History Month.
Yes,
So
it is.
as a badass woman in the scene,
Oh,
thought I
thank you.
would ask you. So what females in the music industry, like past or present, have inspired you?
I think there's a lot of people that inspired me. I think a a few people, they're not really musicians per se as much, but like photographers. Like I was a photographer, I guess I still am, but like I pursued that first before I ever like dived into like music. And a few that I can name is like Raquel Tavares. She usually does photos and content for us on the road, and she's a big inspiration to me. Just even personally, I think her work is fantastic, but she just carries herself very well, and she like knows a lot about mental health, and I think she's just like a good person to have in your life, and she brings like joy to other people. So I don't know, Raquel. Anna Massard, she works alongside like Spirit Box, and she did that actually that photo between her, Poppy and Evanescence, like Amy Lee. So she's the one
Yeah.
that did that, and she used to tour with the band back in the day. So like she's doing such great things. And then like Amber Tam, she works alongside like Avatar and a few others, and like Alana Lopez. Again, these are all people that I'm like close with or like I've toured with the band in the past, and it's nice to have women crew. And then there's another woman named Sarah. She works with like Dayseeker and a lot of these bigger acts. And I think what people don't realize, like even the ones that aren't musicians, there's so much women in the industry and that holds like the backbone of everything that goes on behind the scenes. And I've been able to been like blessed with so many that I've gotten to meet over the years. And so those were kind of a few that's inspired me, and just like always push forward and kind of do your job and make sure you don't get lost in like just the fact that the opportunities don't always come as much for women, and it could be harder, but that never stops them from pursuing forward. And I think that's just like the mindset you need to have.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a photographer as well, so that the
Oh,
names kinda stood out to
they
me,
ring a
yeah,
bell. Yeah.
yeah. Um, and then so looking back to when Victims first started to now, how do you feel things have changed being a woman in the scene? Do you think it's been, better today than it easier today than it may have been when you started, or the other way around?
I would say yes and no. Like I don't think I don't think of my gender to be like, I don't really think about it at all when I'm up there.
Yeah.
But, there are some times that certain things will be exploited, I guess, and you kinda get put down because, "Oh, you only get liked because 'cause you're a girl," but then also people also like you just because you're a woman, so it's like a double-edged sword. I would say that's could be annoying, but I think all in all, it didn't get better or worse, maybe just more like attention because of apps like TikTok and things like that, and more things get glorified, I guess. But um I don't see it as I don't think it's been per se harder.
Right.
It's just kind of like I know it's there, and I just don't like to be reminded of it, I guess,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Like, I
Yeah.
just wanna I think everyone's, like, equal opportunity and should be presented as such, you know?
Yes.
So
Yeah. Was there a specific moment during the creation of Devil Speak when the mood kind of shifted from grief to more like empowerment?
um, I I like that actually, that's really nice, but I wouldn't say that a lot of our music's kinda, like, the same, it's, like, empowering, but also grief, and, like, I think, yeah, it had a good moment, like,
Yeah.
uh, I think Devil Speak is a very, like, hard-hitting song, and it has a lot to do with, like, you know, relationships and things like that, and kinda taking your power back in ways that, like, even the first pain processing one did as well, and kind of just exploiting that, like, factor of being, like, you know, abused in something, and so, a lot of our music has something to do with that, so, I don't
Yeah.
know. I enjoy like, I really enjoyed that song, and I'm glad we were able to put it out, and yeah.
Yeah. So on that note, yeah, so like the title and everything, it kind of feels similar to the Hell is Other People.
Yeah,
That
we did
is that
bring that line back.
intentional? Yeah.
Yeah, we brought that line back.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, Hell is Other People is actually, originally was about, like a horror themed. It was supposed to be presented as, like, if you were, like, the villain per se, and then you were like Michael Myers or something of that nature. It was actually
Yeah.
nothing to do with my personal life at the time, and I guess now that we play it, it feels now to be like that, but when I was writing it, it wasn't personal,
Yeah.
but I guess Devil Speak was definitely personal, and it was intentional to bring that line back and the callback to the song, so, I think it was cool that we were able to do that and, like, I don't know, bringing that back. I do that. I've been Easter egging our lyrics throughout our, releases, so I'm glad you noticed, you know, I'm glad when people
Yeah.
notice. So,
And then that one's a big one live, right? Hell is Other People?
yeah, a lot of people usually know the words, like the
Yeah.
last part, like, I hope you heard just like I did, and
Yeah.
writing it, I never knew that that was gonna be the line, you know, but,
Yeah.
um, I think that's the one we close out with it usually, it just feels like the most natural closer,
Yeah.
but, yeah, usually if people know the words, it's to that song for sure. That or Kill Me
Yeah.
Now, but
Was there anything specific about, Nathan Johnson of Fox Lake that kinda drew you to collaborate with him, or did
it
just
was
happen?
yeah, it was kinda like the feeling of the song, Evan Gillen, he's the one that, like, co-wrote with the song with Mike, but he had sent, like, a demo over, and I'm like it felt like a hip hop feel, and
Yeah.
Nathan was gonna do a song for us in the past that we had written, but we kinda never just followed through with the song, we never finished it, and
Mhm.
just things got you know, they got bigger and things and that, like, everyone's schedules changed, but I was like, "I really want him on a song," and this one just felt, like, right, like, from the get-go. So, like, me and Evan were, like, working through fleshing out, like, finishing the demo, I was like, "I want Nathan on this," you know, and he wrote his part, sometimes I'll write the guest spots, but he wrote, his whole part, and, I don't know, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Fox
Mhm.
Lake, is a band that opened for us back in, 2019 maybe, and, yeah, 2019 on the Iced Out tour at Herman's Hideaway, and we were with Falsifier, and now, you know, Fox Lake's out with Poppy in Europe, so
Mm.
it's just cool to have, like, collabed with someone that has actually meant something to the band as well, and
Yeah.
just, I think, brought, a big part to the song, so
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good fit.
oh, thank you.
Yeah. Um, is there anyone else that you would really love to collaborate with or maybe even tour with?
Julia Wolf.
Yeah.
I'm a big Julia Wolf fan, I mean, she popped off 'cause of TikTok, but I like a lot of her, Pressure is the album she released, and that was my favorite album of 2025.
Oh, wow.
So, that would be the one,
Yeah.
I got to see her live a few times, one of which in, like, a 300 cap room, and now she's, like, blowing up, but
Yeah.
Julia Wolf would be the one.
Yeah, that would be cool. Um, sorry, I'm like trying to get this.
No, you're okay.
Here we go. Okay. So your transparency about chronic illness is really inspiring. Like it kind of redefines like what strength. Because actually, I watched your interview with Tori Kravitz,
Yeah, Tori's
and just hearing you talk about all that you went through on the tour when you were so sick, and I'm just like that's crazy. So how do you feel like you're, I guess, providing representation to people with chronic illness? Does it, or just kind of,
I think at first that was not I started sharing why I had like cystic fibrosis and being like vulnerable with that because of you can catch each other's bacteria. And
yeah,
so people that come to shows, like that's actually happened. A few people with CF have come to shows and you're supposed to be, you know, like the movie. It's 6 feet apart, but they named it 5 feet apart. Regardless, you shouldn't really be in the same like vicinity as it's dangerous.
yeah,
So I started opening up because as we were touring more and I'm traveling more, I have to be just like more like responsive, more
conscious,
outwardly more open about it because
yeah,
if I wasn't like even fans like why are you coughing? Why are you this? Like there's just like abundance of questions that I get asked and it's like you look really sick and it's like that's because I am. And I don't think of it like I kind of tunnel vision when I know I have to get through something. Like it just I have to do it. There's no like if, ands, or buts, you know? So it's like, though it could be a struggle, I don't like try to always highlight that, you know, because I'm like, I'm still here. I want to be here. And I don't want to use that as a way to not get it done, you know?
yeah,
But I do think it's important to have people with chronic illness to be represented, especially in the scene and like in the touring world
yeah,
because it doesn't happen often. I don't know a lot of people with CF that tour, so if not any.
mhm,
And I think it's just the point of the matter is like no matter what you have going on, to make it known, but to know that like you're still able to do all of the things that you want in your life, but it is going to be harder and it's not going to come and it's going to come with sacrifice, you know. And
mhm,
I think overall now I speak about it and I'm glad that people can find comfort in the music or the band and be like, "Oh, I have chronic illness and like I got up today because like I saw that you were able to get through that," you know, and that's important to me because I think no matter what you're going through, you know, you're still important and you like people love you and they want you here and despite how hard the day is, like I'm not gonna say it's gonna get better because I this is a regressive illness. It's probably not gonna get better, but the hope in the matter is like just getting through what you can in the day, even on the horrible days, like doing what you can, and that's your best, you know, and that's enough. Like just knowing that your best is enough, even when it doesn't feel like it, you know.
yeah,
So
definitely. So looking back at the last album, Pain Processing, do you have any thoughts on that now? Like looking back at it, like do you feel, I guess, do you feel the same way about it now as you did then, or you
yeah, I
yeah,
still really like pain processing. I think when we released it, it felt cathartic because for me, it was like years and years of resentment about like a personal relationship that I had. And I was able to be fully open and honest just because of the people that were, you know, writing it with everybody. Um, you know, this was the first release with the new members, you know,
yeah,
and it was just it was important
yeah,
to put that out there and I think the new songs kind of represent that well as like also. So I'm glad, you know, people still I love snuff tape and kill me. I love playing those live. I like mental prison playing that too.
mhm,
Tourniquet, that's like a like people like that one a lot, but I don't love playing it live though. We only did it once. Like maybe we'll bring it out again. I think it just um I don't know. I think it was a good blend. I think it was a good uh step above to where we want to be
yeah.
and, yeah, I still feel the same about pain processing to when we released it for sure.
What's your favorite song to play live?
That's a good question. I'm gonna name you 3 just because
Okay.
like we have so many, but top 3 for sure. Snuff Tape is definitely up there. Burning Bones, which just released this week. Love playing that already. Like I know that's gonna be just in our set for a while. And then Hell's Other People probably just because it's like the fan favorite. But I
Yeah.
like Devil Speak. That'd be a 4th. But I don't know. Those are my favorite songs to play.
Yeah. You just kind of like feed off of their energy when
Pretty
you're
much. I think what the favorites end up being my favorite because if people are into it, like I'm more into it. So
yeah.
yeah.
Is there anything that you can share that is next for Victims? Like, are you working on an album or an EP maybe?
So
Kind of
when is this release? I have to ask this question for everything.
whenever. I mean,
So Tuesday, we are announcing that we are
it
dropping
can be after Tuesday.
Pain Processing 2 on May 1st. So that
Okay.
drops May 1st. And we're also working on something else to
Okay.
follow up with that. But for now,
Yeah,
a 7-song EP, Pain Processing 2, May 1st. So
that's
I'm
exciting.
excited. Devil Speak and Burning Bones is on it, and 28.
Yeah.
So it's like
Okay.
it's gonna be good. It's a nice follow-up for sure.
Yeah. So is it like a continuation of the theme?
Yeah. It's probably it might be the last continuation of it. I don't know.
Okay.
We might go back to the volumes.
Mhm.
You know, volume 6 on the way at some point.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I know people miss it. It's like, what happened to the volume, the volume era? I'm like, yeah, it's been a while, but we'll be back.
Yeah, get back to it. And then what do you want someone to feel when they're stepping into a victim show and when they step out of one? Like, how do you want them to feel?
Angry.
Angry?
I want people to go in having a good time, but also to get out their anger. Like I want people to throw down and like just be riled up and do whatever. And I want them to have a bunch of energy and take it out while we play. I think it's the best, I just think our music calls for it, and it's, chaotic at times, it's slow sometimes, there's a good mix, and like it's not really like a headbanging like type of thing,
Right.
Stage dive, please.
You want them to process their pain, so to speak.
Yes, there you go.
Okay. Well, that's actually all I've got for you, but thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you so much for having me. This was
Yeah, of course.
wonderful. So thank you,
All right.
Melanie.
Take care.
Hey, you too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.